Yeah. I'll start by saying that OU is just really, really good. And we knew that coming into this game. It was a great opportunity for us to just see where we measure up against who I think is a potential Final Four team. And we learned a lot about ourselves today, and a lot of things that we need to get better at and work on. I can help them with a lot of that as their coach, and then our players need to take responsibility as well. So, just not obviously the outcome that we wanted. We turned the ball over way too much. You're never going to beat a team that good turning the ball over the way that we did, and when they had that 30-point quarter, it was really just us just straight up passing them the ball. So that was very uncharacteristic of us, and something that really hurt. Overall, though, amazing atmosphere. I mean, this was a really cool experience as far as the venue and everything that came with the fans, the crowd. So I was really grateful to be in an environment like that. I was very disappointed with the way that we showed up, though.
What do you think about the bench matchup in this when they had 50 points in the paint?
You're saying off the bench or?
Yeah, or just all your bigs coming in, rotating in.
I mean, listen, Reagan Beers is an All-American, so she actually didn't do what she normally does. I mean, she's really, really good, and she's one of the best in the country. So for us, we knew that we were undersized against her. Most people are, especially us. Just a tough matchup for us in the paint. I thought our game plan was good. It was solid. But like I said, most of their points were just us, passing them the ball. They scored a lot of their paint points off of layups from the turnovers that we had.
Jacie, can you sort of talk about how you felt the team performed in the first half? I mean, it was pretty close to the first two quarters.
Yeah, I thought we battled. And I think that for some people on our team, this is a new stage. This is those lights were bright today, and that's why I said I think this is really good for us that we played a game of this magnitude so early, and that's something that I know that we're going to be better in the next time we're in that position. But I liked the way that we battled. I liked our mindset from the jump. We just didn't respond the way that we needed to in that third quarter.
Jacie, you got a nice response from the team after the St. John's game. What kind of response are you looking for after this game?
It's got to be the same. The season is so long, and you're going to have games, unfortunately, that don't go your way. Not a lot went our way in the second half. But if I know the character of this team, it's going to be that we're going to pick ourselves back up and, get back to it. We have to. We don't really have an option because we play on Monday. But my point in saying the season is long is just things are going to happen. And as much as today was really hard for us, it's better that this happened now than in conference. So it's given us a lot of things that we've got to get better at. And ultimately, we just have one more game until Big 12 starts. So I know that we'll take this game and run with it moving forward.
Was the goal to kind of beat up Chavez a little bit, kind of be physical with her? And if so, just from outside looking in, what did you think of her composure and being able to play through that? It looked like you guys knocked her around a little bit.
Well, that's good to hear that we're physical. I don't ever feel like we're very physical. So that wasn't necessarily our goal, I wouldn't say. We just we put a really great defender on her and Amari Whiting. She's been a leader for us on that end of the floor. And I think what you saw is just her, locking in and trying to do the best she could to keep her out of rhythm. I thought Jaden Wooten did a pretty good job of that as well. It was more so just about making things hard for her. She's a really, really great player, another great player. Potentially a generational talent, in my opinion. And so, we just we knew she was going to get hers because she takes a lot of shots, but we wanted to try and keep her off rhythm the best that we could. And she doesn't play like a freshman, right? I mean, you talked about composure. There's nothing freshman about her. So I was really impressed with that. I was excited to play against her just because of the respect that I have, and I was very impressed by her composure.
Micah, how can
How valuable was Indiana's experience prior to March?
I mean, So March feels like a year away at this point. We're trying to get through tomorrow, but we know that it's something that, we have to learn from, or we're going to feel like this in March. We're really at a turning point as a team. How are you going to respond? And like I said, pick yourself back up. So, I'm confident that our team is going to make the right choice, but this was a March type atmosphere, and we understand that, and we're going to be better the next time we're in that situation.
Micah, you're in that locker room out of the two sitting up here the most, and you've been a part of this Bedlam game now for a couple years. How do you think that you guys can move on from this and then hopefully go back to the NCAA tournament again after Big 12 play?
I think just going back to the drawing board, just doing what we're good at, working at what we're good at, and then also looking at what we need to fix, and then focusing on the details, and just focusing on our job as players on the court, and just doing our best to do our job. Yeah.
Jacie, what do you think of the idea of continuing to have Bedlam here in Oklahoma City as maybe a new tradition?
Well, I thought that today was really incredible. I mean, what a cool experience to get to play where the world champions play. Micah's an Oklahoma City girl, and I know she's been watching the Thunder her whole life. So, little things like that are really, really cool. And to have it be a doubleheader, and have the atmosphere that the men created, all of that is really special and neat. I would love to have something in Tulsa, and maybe, kind of treat that neutral site, just because I think the majority of fans here. Norman is very close. If you have it in Tulsa, it's kind of like a home neutral site for us. So I like that idea of kind of flip-flopping back and forth. But ultimately, this was an incredible experience. And if it's always here, we're going to embrace every second of it and appreciate it.
Micah, what did you think about that, just playing here today?
It was amazing. Like she said, just watching the Thunder growing up and just playing on the floor, it was amazing. And then also, this is my first year of Bedlam, so just that experience. We didn't get the win, but it was still a cool experience for me.
Jacie, you brought up Jaden a second ago. I wanted to get your thoughts on what you're seeing from her here these last few games that maybe she can continue forward. And Micah, I'd like to get your thoughts on kind of what she brings when she's playing actively like she has been.
Yeah, Jaden, she's a stud. We've been putting a lot of eggs in her basket lately. She's just gotten better and better as the season has gone on. And, it's tough to guard someone like that coming off the bench. And I think she's really bought into that role. It is very easy for me to make a case that she should be starting before the season even started, right? So I really... ask her to accept her role coming off the bench, knowing that when she comes in, I think our pace goes up. She's an incredible facilitator. So I think just everything, it's really, really clicking when she's in. And so I guess my point is I'm grateful for the way that she's embraced that role, because I do think it's hard to play a team that has such a good player coming off the bench. And I think that kind of speaks to our depth. But she's playing really good basketball right now. She had too many turnovers today. She would tell you that. That was uncharacteristic of her. But all in all, she's really good for us right now. She's always been a great passer, but she's learning how to score now. And that's, I think, really changed a lot for us offensively.
I would second that. Just when Jaden's on the floor, I feel like she makes everything easier for everybody else. Her jump shot is money, so I just think Jaden is like a wise player. She knows where to pass it, when to shoot. So she's just a great overall player.
Jacie, when you say Jaden's learning how to score, more of a score for y'all, what is there something specific that you're seeing her either do better or gain confidence in?
Well, I think she's just taking her shot. She would pass up a lot of shots before, so that's the biggest thing. Last year, for example, if it was end of shot clock, she was still trying to pass, and she's grown up from that. She's got a ton of confidence in her mid-range right now. Every time she shoots that shot, I think it's going in, and it normally does. But even from the three-point line, she's really grown in her confidence with that as well. Thanks, guys.